welcome to Halloween Horror Events Podcast, where we talk about Halloween haunt events.
From Halloween Horror Nights to Howlow Screamin' Orlando, Florida, and Hollywood.
Plus epic horror events in the UK.
We bring you news, plus rumors, and our honest opinions.
Now over to the three hosts, Simon, Phill, and Joe. Well, that is if any of them decide to show up.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time you're listening to this wonderful show. I'm looking at the camera because I'm not looking at these two because they're trying to put me off. So welcome to the HHE podcast. If this is the first time watching, can you do me a favour and hit that subscribe button? Follow us on all our socials at HHE Pod. At HHE Pod 1 on TikTok. And all the other ones are at HHE Pod. So this is a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. We are going to talk about the latest announcements from Halloween Horror Nights, which is 2 scare zones and a show that Phill doesn't like. Probably hence the title of this video.
Someone's on socials.
So without further ado, I can't do this alone. I could, but you don't really want to listen to me rabbiting along for about 45 minutes. So I've got the 2 co-hosts with the most hosty wosties. Don't ask. I'm full of Skittles, sweets, and stuff. So I have the.
That was the longest intro in world history. That was longer than finally Biden realizing that he had to quit for his mental health issues. Oh, if I hit the Americans again.
Literally, what's that? 30 seconds? You've already offended them.
It's longer than I last in bed these days.
As I was saying, we have the fantastic and wonderful Phill G Travel with us today.
Hi everyone, and it's not anything really at America, but clearly you must have seen that Biden wasn't in a fit state to be running again for the next 4 years. Personally, my opinion, I think the same for the UK. There should be an age limit on people running countries. I think it gets to a point, it gets very risky. But that is a political show, so stuff that shit.
Yeah. And you probably just heard his voice there as well. Joe has returned again.
Who?
Yeah, he's been let out of the cellar again. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, very well, mate. You?
I'm not too bad. I'm enjoying my 4 days off work for a change.
Nice.
Just worked 9 days straight, but anyway. So, Philip. Philip's the one that he always moans when people have notifications on, and he's just been caught out. If you don't,
no, it's actually no. If you want the truth, I'll quickly give a story here, guys. Instagram, Holiday with the Haze are YouTubers. They really only start on YouTube, so go and give them a go. It's Holiday with the Haze. Let me double check. They've been. So it says what you're getting there is my TikTok button in because I had that on before I was messaging them. Holidays with the Haze, HAYES. Go and give them a follow and follow me, obviously, Phill G Travel. But they're going Halloween Horror Nights. They're going September around the same time as you and me, Simon. And they didn't even know the tickets were on sale. And they were going to buy a one-night ticket. And I said to them, you might as well buy a Russia Theatre ticket because they're there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it'll save you a fortune.
So that's what that was all about, people. My phone, I was helping people out. Should be a holiday agent.
No worries. Well, anyway, let's go and have a look at what we have today. So let's make that a bit bigger so you can read it if you want. If you want to read it yourself, you can read it yourself. Save me trying to talk it because I cannot say half of these words. But we.
Oh no! Read it.
I am going to read it. But if you want to read it for yourselves, listen.
No, don't. Just read.
So we have our first Scare Zone announcement. It was a few days ago now, but we're catching up. It is Torture Fair. So come one, come all to the Renaissance Fair. Brave the gloriously medieval torture devices till you're put out of your misery. And also tickets are on sale because was that the day the tickets went on sale when this was announced as well?
No. Tickets were already on sale the week before, mate. This came out on Monday.
Oh, yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah, well, I'm getting confused. I've been working too hard. So,
you said you had 4 days off.
No, I meant the start of my 4 days off.
Oh, right.
Okay. Anyway, Torture Fair, medieval. What do we think, boys?
I'm going to love it.
Yeah.
Go on, Joe, you go first.
No, I think this is going to be awesome. It's going to be very gory. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do here.
I don't think it's going to be super as gory as Joe thinks because it's not HHN anymore. It's HFN, Halloween Family Nights. It's going to have a little bit of gore, but we're not going to have the gore of pre-COVID. I'm sorry, people. I have to tell you this. Once 13-year-olds and that going to be in there, they're not going to make it super gory, and just don't expect it. I think it's going to be interesting, but the gore's not going to be super over the top anymore. I still think it's going to be a great zone though. But what do you think it's going to be?
I'm not too sure. Do we have it on the map?
Fast and Furious, maybe.
I'm not too sure. No.
No,
I personally think this one will be on in Hollywood. Maybe make it
possible
so they
nice
can have some.
There.
They can have some because this warrants having mini stages where you'd actually make like a bit of a show. Because if it's torture, just seeing someone's leg being mutated is not torture. You have to physically see them being tortured.
I know what it's going to be. I know what it's going to be. It's going to be that musical show from Hello Scream. That was torture.
What one?
The one I will never name again.
But if you're from the UK and you've ever done the dungeons, I reckon it's going to be that level kind of stuff.
I think they're going to get this. I think this one's going to be gory.
Yeah,
and I think it will be. Where was the Viking scare zone?
No, it's not going to be there because we already know that's where the swamp one. The next, next one.
The swamp thing. Yeah, the next one definitely makes sense. Where you're thinking, oh god.
So we'll just move over to the next one. Another scare zone was announced: Swamp of the Undead. In backwater Louisiana, you're about to be swamped by zombies born from the bodies of trespassers killed and dumped in a nearby bog. This is where we can confirm that it is going to be in Central Park, is it? Is that what they call it? Where all the trees go over the top.
It's not confirmed, but it's the most obvious place for it.
No, there's actually
the props are up now. Yes, I remember
props up and there's sunken bolts. And interesting, what I noticed on some of the videos, they've got very, very low lighting. So that's what I would say to Julie. If they put a ton of fog or maybe just dry ice, because dry ice is a lot more dense, and keep it at like a level of about 2 feet of just fog, and then shine lights into it, that'll be a great effect if they can pull it off. The UK haunts seem to do it quite a bit. Remember that house at the one near you, Phil?
Oh, I don't know. What's it called? I can't remember. Joe, you can't remember either, can you? No, Joe, you can't remember either. I just want to see Simon struggle.
We're supposed to help each other here.
I say shock.
Tallies.
You see, Joe didn't remember either. Tally Shocktoberfest.
Remember, there was a house in there that had a level of fog with lasers over the top.
Oh, the witches.
The witches, and they all popped out from there. They could do something similar to that inside that little bit of an area. I think that'd work. So go to Phil. What are your thoughts on this one, buddy?
I think it's going to be interesting. I think this will work in that small zone. I think with that one, you have to have a very specific type of theming for it to work. And I think they've had a few misses the last few years, but I just can't see anything gets wrong. It's always dark there for a start. Yep. It's nice and cramped. And as you say, if they use the dry ice fog idea, that will, with the, I'm guessing green, would you say? LEDs? Yeah, I would say that's going to work, but it's meant to be zombies, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So, interesting how I'm guessing these are bodies killed by some people in there.
Well, it just said the trespassers killed and dumped into the bog. So people who trespassed on somebody's land and they just threw them into the bog.
Yeah. By the way, the bog in England
of eternal totally stench.
Yeah, in England, a bog is something what stinks.
Well,
especially after a good curry.
Will it be from the bog of eternal stench? Do you reckon? And there's going to be a few labyrinth references in there. Do you reckon?
Anyway. Maybe. I'm trying to think what else they could put in there. I'm not too sure. But by the way, boys, I've heard a rumor that Jack's meant to the people. No, from the one we just talked about, the one before this, the fair one. Yeah. People are saying I think they're seeing things, but they're thinking they've seen pictures of sort of like Jack in it, and I thought Jack wasn't around back in them days, was he?
Well, Jack is kind of immortal now, so he could have.
So maybe he went back in time, or I don't know. Maybe he's always been sort of immortal. We've never understood the story, but apparently people
sounds
reckon,
a bit far fetched.
yeah, I think people are just reaching because they want an icon this year.
Yeah. Anyway, what were your thoughts, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with zombies. And I think where that scare zone is so narrow. I mean, when they had Vikings there, although there was good scares in it because there was a lot of people in it, you didn't see the actors coming at you a lot of the time because of the fog, and all of a sudden there'd be like a Viking in your face. So if they can do the same thing they did with that, I think it'll be an awesome scare zone.
Yeah.
Can I just say that there is one zombie thing what can beat this?
What?
Listen to me. Shaun of the Dead.
That would be the pinnacle,
iconic. Yeah.
It is. Well, they are dabbling in comedy houses. So
that'd be a good house, actually, Shaun of the Dead. That would be funny.
It would be awesome. Yeah.
So the third announcement of the week, we finally got.
I'm going to mute myself here, guys.
Yeah, I'll mute myself as well.
We've got Nightmare Fuel, Nocturnal Circus. So step right up to the Dark Circus, a new nightmare that carries with it a sinister curse. It's a thrilling spectacle of pyro and aerialists. I'll just unshare that because that's pointless. It's Nightmare Fuel. I can't personally comment on what it's going to be like because I've never seen it. I'm just not into dance troupes. If that is your thing, it's going to be based on a circus. So, yeah. Obviously, Phil's not going to answer because he doesn't really care. Joe really doesn't care. So, that's all I've got. End of the show. See you, boys. Bye. Not short and sweet. Anyway.
Is there any other? Oh, no, I know what we can talk about. Obviously, you got mine and Simon's views last week on the ticket debacle what everyone's crying about. But by the way, I actually start to think it's a good thing. Joe, give us your opinions on the express passes.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'm going to upset some people now. Well, you know my thoughts already, boys. I think it's good that they're selling less tickets, less express tickets. We've spent the last 3 or 4 years complaining about how busy it gets in the express lines, people paying a premium and then queuing 45 minutes. I understand that people are disappointed that they've not got the frequent feel of express, but as I said on X, you snooze, you lose, you know?
Yep. Well, I've said it on the previous show, and I'll reiterate it again. If you want the ultimate fear with Express, buy the Rush for Fear with Express, and then go and exchange it before the 22nd of September. It even says it on the website. So they're still available if you want them. You just have to buy the Rush for Fear with Express. Then before the 22nd of September, you need to have it activated and go and upgrade it to the ultimate.
I want to see if that works first, mate. I know you're saying
no, it's on the website. It's on the website. It says you can. It's the only one you can do. It's the only one is the Rush for Fear. Is the one you can upgrade.
I've just got this feeling that's old, right? And when it gets round to it,
still on the website right
that's
now.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think it's an old thing they've had, and they're going to eventually get round to it, and someone's going to try it, and they're going to say, "You ain't doing that."
Yeah, if anyone has actually done that, can you let us know on X?
We can't.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're not going to know until this year, until it happens. Even though Joe's,
I know people have done it last year, but I'm just going off what it says on the website. It says that one and the Rush for Fear normal ticket are the only ones you can upgrade to.
But that's why I wonder, because last year they didn't sell out this quick, so there might have still been an option for them. But this year, as I sit up properly, I think to myself, maybe that's not going to work this year. Try it. Because if it's a good idea for Simon, do it. I do want to get to some locals I've heard complaining though, and this wouldn't be Phill without upsetting and ruffling a few feathers. I should work for GB News maybe. That plain and simple. When you're crying that you haven't got your ticket because they went on sale and you're at work, we're in a modern world where 97% of us have got our phones on us 24/7. If you couldn't for 5, 10, even 30 minutes. If you're sitting at a desk in a workshop, in a shop, disappear for a toilet break. I get people maybe on certain jobs, but the majority of us, you could have found a way of getting them tickets, even if you had to message a family member. Plain and simple, you snooze, you lose.
Yeah.
It's like booking a cruise. First come,
But
first serve.
I also see
Yeah.
other people's points as well. That if they actually did tell people when tickets were going to go on sale, they could have
But
got
they
themselves
never
ready
have.
for it.
But like, the
I
thing
know they
is,
haven't,
though,
but if they, listen, people,
Always
if
getting
people,
upset, Joe,
they are
go
going
on.
to sell out. Like I said, if it's on other podcasts, if it's going to start being a regular thing where these start selling out on the day they get released, they need to let people know, like they do with
Yes.
other
Do you know
events,
what?
different
Do you know why I
different
would
sites.
change it? I'd release the tickets first as standard tickets without express, then give you a date that you can go online with your confirmation and you can update to express. And they give you the date and the time they're coming out, so everyone just gets their ticket anyway, and then it's first come first serve to express
the thing is, if
because
it's
it's
that
going to be chaos.
if it's that limited now, then even if they told everyone when they were going on sale, there still wouldn't be everyone getting them anyway. There'd still be people missing out. So
It
it
doesn't make a
is what it
difference.
is.
Yeah, but yeah,
Look,
if there was only
Suck it up,
pre-warned of
buttercup.
what if they were pre-warned of what time they were going to go on sale and they didn't get it, that's their fault. This
look,
one, I understand people being upset, but it is
well,
like
let's be
Phil said,
truthful. These
as soon as
people
you
who
lose.
are upset are locals and people who've been going for years. They know the sort of time it come out. We from England knew it was either going to be that week or the week after, so we kept on looking. So let's not pretend we didn't know, people. That's what gets on my nerves. It just comes as entitlement to me.
Yeah, it does.
No
Yeah.
one deserves anything. If I can't get on a flight, say Simon, me booked the same flight. Say Simon got it £300 cheaper than me because he booked it earlier. That's not Simon's fault. That's not BA's fault. That is the choice. How many chairs are left on the flight? First come, first serve. If you know, I'm
I've
sorry,
got a
but
seat,
it's
not a
entitlement.
shirt.
No, but I've got a sofa, mate. I'm a snob. But also, I just want to say, if you're a local, I don't understand this obsession with Express. If you're going from September to November, why do you have to do all the houses all the time? Go and enjoy the scare zones. Do a couple of houses a night. You're acting like you're not going to be able to do the houses. What, you worried you're not going to do the house 10 times? Oh, cry me a river.
Yeah, the thing is, it's one of those. Once you experience using Express, it's kind of hard to go back. For example, I didn't get Express last year,
Yeah, but
and
you're
I
different. You're going for 2 weeks. They're
yeah,
there
but I
for
did. Yeah,
they're
well,
there
don't
for
forget,
2.5
you're not
months.
listening.
Over it.
Let me listen. Let me finish what I'm saying
No, tell
first.
him.
When I done it for years, and then 2015 I did Express. I've done Express every year since, and last year was the first year I didn't do Express, and it did feel like I needed it, and I missed it because it becomes like a second arm and a third arm. It's there, and you're used to using it, and then when you've not got
But
it,
it hasn't
it does
worked
feel.
the last few years because every nan and granddad, aunt and uncle, stepsister, stepbrother, and every other human on the planet's had it. So the express line's been
Hmm.
so bloody long the last few
Yeah.
years. Why does everyone need it? Simon, you've said it yourself. If they have cut these numbers down, it's going to
Yeah,
make both lines move a lot faster.
it will because the only reason why the line stops. I'm sorry, I keep reiterating it because obviously people don't listen and don't understand. The only reason why the line stops is a cash change and express. If you've got nobody in the express queue, that line never stops, except for a cash change. And that cash change is literally 30 seconds while they follow you in. And maybe RIP tours. The RIP tours are maybe 10 to 16 people. So that's literally less than 20 seconds. So it's going to be one of the things. It's going to be good to see what it's going to be like.
Express is definitely
Plus,
better for Hello Scream because the way they pulse you in.
yeah. But I
But for a
also do
conga line,
think, they are going to release some more. Once they start getting the figures in and they look at it, they're going to start releasing some more. Because I
I think
know
it's
some
down
people
to
say,
staff as well. I think it's they always get some staff in later as well for different things like scare actors and all that, and they build up the team. So I think it's just you got to go by supply and numbers. I think there's going to be more. I just don't think there's going to be as many as last year.
Yeah. And I think they'll wait and
yeah,
see how many single night express they
And
sell
yeah,
as
I'm
well.
not being rude. What do you make more money out of? Multi-night
Single night.
express or single night?
Yeah.
Single night. So why would you
yeah,
not hold more of them back for single night?
exactly. Like I said, when I got that express for that Sunday, I asked for a full day pass for the whole event for the Sunday, and I think it was $217 each or something. And I got the after 11 o'clock one for 99 each. Just that's
I
still
tell them.
expensive.
Also, shut up about 10 o'clock if you're really worried about crowds. On a Sunday, shut up at 10 p.m. So I'm telling you, most people are going home to school and work.
I'll tell you what, then, well, because we're actually quite short on this with stuff to say. Why don't we
Speak
give
for
some people
yourself. I've never been short.
What about have you got any tips for first timers or people who?
PG. PG.
Oh, that's a very British joke. But anyway, yeah. Have you got
Joe,
any?
give some tips, mate.
We've got any tips for first timers?
Buy Express.
Shit. First timers, plain and simple. If you've already got a universal day park pass, be in the park and stay, what's it called again?
Stay and scream.
Stay and scream.
Stay and scream. Stay there and do that. If you're someone like me as well, if you're going for a 2-3 week holiday and you got a multi-night ticket, say September, don't worry about Express. Do 2 or 3 houses a night and don't tire yourselves out. Also, the 10 p.m. thing as well. What time did the Express
11.
late night? 11 o'clock. Yeah, so if you get it at 10,
Yeah.
look for the 11 o'clock Express tickets. What, half price, aren't they?
Not necessarily half price, but it depends on the day. But I paid $99 for mine, like I said.
Yeah, they're going to be $130 this year because I think the year before last they were $70.
Yeah.
Last year,
I don't think
think
they got
it
much.
depends- I think-
Russia Fear didn't go up in price.
No, it's one of those. We could go into the breakdown of all them, but it doesn't matter. I would my one tip for first time is if you're going there for a particular house, no matter what the line is, just get in it. Don't hang around thinking, oh, it's 95-minute wait, and now it's 2 hours wait.
Yeah,
If you want to do that house, do that house.
Yeah, first
because
house
you will
of the night.
regret it. Yeah.
First house, because the other reason as well, that's when your feet can handle a long line.
Mhm.
You're not throbbing your feet away, so
I say
that's the best time to do it.
And to illustrate what the other two guys said, get there, stay and scream, and stay till the close. The lines are the ones that shut at the time. So if it's a 2 o'clock closing, the lines shut at 2. They shouldn't really shut the lines off before. If you want to do a ride, leave them till the end. Get what you want to do in the houses done first, and the scare zones, and leave the rides. The rides are still going to be there if you go another time. That's what I would do for first timers. Anyone got any other tips? Food.
Yeah, if it starts raining, just ride it out because it clears the park out a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
But also realise that some of the tent houses will be shut.
Yeah, they do shut, but they reopen.
Well, the
quite
new
often,
we'll have to find out about the 2 new ones because I think they've been raised up. The 2
It will
old
be,
ones.
be interesting to see how that works, actually.
Yeah. Because that'd be interesting to see how them 2 work. Because them 2 are actually I think, a little bit bigger than the other 2.
I've got
That'd
another
be
tip as well. If you're on the line and you're bored out your head, download on any podcast app, HHE Podcast, and tell other people on the line to do the same and listen to us talking shit, winding Americans up about their presidents, winding them up about express passes, and realizing we're just a bunch of British wankers.
Well, speak for yourself. Right. Well, I think that's all I've got, boys. Anything from
Anything, Joe?
mate,
Lee
all good.
and Mr. Joe?
We'll probably be back next week because I'm guessing we're going to get the next 2 scare zones and the final house announcement.
Mm-hmm. No, actually, we will get the UK one up and running pretty soon. It's got a lot of thing going out to do.
UK what?
UK Haunts. We did say we'll give them a rundown of UK ones.
Yeah, before I go anywhere, Spotify and Apple, you absolute fucking bellends. Don't ever do that to us again. Now
Well,
we've had to move platform right now because we ain't got time.
Take
for
the
that.
Apple bit back because this was not Apple's fault. It was actually
Listen, I'm
Spotify.
blaming Apple. And I'm blaming Apple as well. They could have rectified it if they wanted to. They're a multi-billionaire to come there.
They have
Took them
rectified
too
it.
long. They do.
They do. Well,
Anyway.
the problem was.
You're both dickheads, but I love you, Apple, now. So please give us a 5-star review on there, people.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to listen. We did have 3 feeds, so if you have listened to us before and it's put down as an unfollow, just refollow again because we did have 3 multiple feeds on Apple. We were now down to 1. I've had to archive 2, so we've only got 1. But everything has come together because just doing what Spotify told me to do. When they changed over, when they bought out Anchor, I did what they told me to do, and it made multiple feeds. But now we're down to 1 feed, and we are officially on Podbean as well now, guys. So if you want to listen to us on Podbean, you can direct message us on there as well. You can also do it on. Sorry,
I think you can send us coins on there as well or something. I've seen. If you want to send us, make us a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Cup of tea.
You can do all
Cup of
sorts.
tea. So English.
The thing is with that one, at least we've got a little bit more control over the podcast now rather than it being on a free platform. So Yeah, if you are listening to any of the podcast apps, just to give us a 5-star review if you can, please, and give us a follow and a like and a subscribe. Even on YouTube. Have a look. You want to see these ugly mugs every couple of weeks?
Yeah.
Awkward silence.
Just before we do finish up, boys, what did you think
sorry.
of the Insidious trailer?
Oh, good point. Did we talk about that? Me and
We
Simon
had a
probably
quick
did.
chat about it. Yeah.
Our best trailer of the year, not best
Mhm.
trailer ever.
Yeah. It's number 1 on my hype list.
Oh, hype list. Not done mine yet.
I'm not doing hype. I'm just going to tell everyone when we get around to it, what my most hyped house is and what my least hyped house is. I'm not going through top 10. I couldn't care. It'll change every night when I'm out there. So there's no point.
Well, that's the whole point of a hype list.
No, there's no hype in it whatsoever. I'm not hyped. I'm looking forward to it. There's no hype at HFN.
Right. Well, I think we'll have to leave it at that then, boys. Nice, short and sweet. So, like I said at the beginning of the show, if you could follow us on all the podcast apps, follow us on our socials at HHE Pod and at HHE Pod 1 on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube. Give us a subscribe on there. It's free. Don't cost you a penny. And share this with a friend. One person. Tell one person to follow us and listen to this. And it gets out to more people's brains and earlobes. So from me, I'm going to just say it, Tatty, bye-bye. You two? What are you two got to speak? I can't keep
Come on, Joe.
dragging it on.
Good night, sweet screams.
Well done, Joe. Well done. And see you in your nightmares and stay epic. Fart, Simon. Fart away.
Oh, farting anyway.